Well, here we are. Monday the 29th of September. Creeping up on October. Creep. Want to creep. I think that's the beginning of a Cottonmouth King song. Creep. And then you have TLC. What do? They creep. Living on the baby, summer baby. You know. It's all like that. It's all like that. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a different song. I don't know. Left Eye. Rest in peace. Pour out your 40s. Pull out your 40s. Well, I did it, man. I accomplished the no video today, by the way. It's difficult when you don't have a set place to shoot video. So today is unfortunately just audio, which I secretly like better, man. I like theater of the mind. That's what they call it. I like listening to audio, preferably over video, but, then there's people that like video, then you can cut reels, stuff like that. But audio's the way. Like, you can hear someone's voice, and after a while you picture them. Your mind kind of forms a picture of them of its own accord, which is kind of cool. Like when people have heard me on the radio and they've never seen me before, they'll come up, they'll be like, man, I pictured you just being a lot taller. Like, I looked way better in their minds than I actually do. Like a tall, I don't know if they said chiseled, but I imagined with this voice that they pictured just chiseled, just kind of like a Viking king, 6'4" Viking king. But the reality, 5'9", slightly chubby. Hi. Hello there. But this chubby champion, he ran the Omaha Half Marathon yesterday. I did so in 2 hours and 28 minutes. Cue the applause and the cheers and the adoration. So, yeah, that was my goal. My goal was to run it in 2 hours and 30 minutes, basically 11 minutes a mile. I did so. I didn't stop. I didn't walk. That was my other goal. So 2 hours and 30 minutes, do not walk. Those were my goals. I have accomplished my goals. Feels good. Not going to lie. It feels good. It was hard, man. For a while there, I was running at like a 10:30 pace. And I tried to keep that up the whole time, but towards the end, my legs were like, we can't do that. I know that your spirit can, and your mind demands it, but us legs and the bands and the muscles and the tendons and the bones and whatever else are like, this is it, man. We can take you there at 11 minutes a mile. What choice did I have? I couldn't beat him. My mind couldn't force my legs to do what I wanted them to do. It's a crazy feeling. But alas, that was my 70th run. I started on June 1st, the training program, Nike running app. I recommend it to all people who are runners, want to run, want to do a race. It got me through it, man. It got me through it. So the Nike app, Nike Run Club, Half Marathon, training, do it. Yeah, it was my 70th run yesterday, and it was the most beautiful weather you have ever seen in your life yesterday. I mean, you couldn't ask. It was the absolute, it couldn't have been more perfect. I got to get that across. Like, the weather was incredible. Okay? We took off at 7:20. There was zero wind. It was the right amount, like the perfect temperature, the perfect amount of humidity, the perfect dew point. It was so still. Like, you got to run through down parts of downtown Omaha, over the pedestrian bridge, into Council Bluffs, which I didn't really enjoy that part. That was a big chunk of it. And running along this path and then going up and turning around. I called that portion of the run the Valley of the Shadow of Death, mainly because it was during that time too, like miles 8 to 10 that were just brutal, dude. Like I don't even think I have a recollection of running miles 6 through 9. All of a sudden I was like, I remember like hitting mile 6, and then all of a sudden I was at mile 9. And I'm like, whoa. Wow, where was I? I was in a beautiful place. A place just between time and space, hovering, no cares, no worries, just blacking out on pain and cardiovascularism. I have no idea. But it was a beautiful thing. It was. And the weather, dude, like running and seeing, like, we kind of ran north of downtown Omaha, and then we ran back south, and you just saw just the whole city skyscape, and just blue skies, crystal blue skies, as crystal as they can get with all the chemtrails. And it was lovely, man. It was a lovely time. I ran shirtless. That's what I do. One guy that I saw, this Chinese man, he reminded me why I run shirtless, and that's because his nipples were bleeding. He's wearing a blue shirt. He was even wearing the kind of shirt that's like a running shirt that's supposed to not cause the nipples to bleed, but he was just big circles of blood, and I felt sorry for the man because I knew what he was going through. He should have taken off the shirt, thrown it on the side of the path, the side of the road, and just freedom. Let that wind just cure those nipples and scab them up. It would have felt a lot better. And then there was, I think the wildest thing that I saw is, because like a couple of the parts, you ran and then you turned around and then you kind of ran back to, where you were. So you would see people that were in front of you. And this one dude, I think he was running the half marathon. I don't know, because I didn't see his number because I was too astonished by the fact that this man was running in flip-flops, dude. A half marathon in flip-flops. Flip-flops. You know how insane that is? I mean, God bless him. He was able to do it. I mean, it is remarkable. Completely insane. Probably completely unnecessary and uncalled for. But he did it. Did he, stub his toes? Did he rip off his nails? Who knows? Never saw him again. I kind of want to go through all the pictures on the Omaha Marathon site and just look for the man in flip-flop. I might do that just before bed. Just doom scroll looking for the flip-flop guy. In the last 2 miles, dude, they were brutal because I was pushing it harder than I had ever trained the entire season. Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to give it all. Like, everything that I've trained for, like, I'm going to push it to the max. And that's what I did. Ran those 10:30 miles for a while, and then just my body just regressed into the 11 minutes. But, dude, I pushed it as far in those last 2 miles. Dude, I wanted to walk, like, at the last mile, at the last half a mile, last quarter. If it wasn't for my wife showing up at the last quarter of right before the finish line and being like, you can do it, push through, sprint, and had me sprint up the hill through the finish line, I might have walked right then. That's how insane, like, my mind was like, you walk, you bastard. Stop moving your body. And I was like, no, never. It was a battle of the minds. And it was cool. So, and yeah, man, very proud of that accomplishment. I wanted to tell a guy that rude older gentleman that I bumped into. So Friday night we went to the steakhouse chop house with my wife's family was in town. It was her aunt's birthday. And I got up and went to the restroom and was walking back, and this older guy was in front of me. He was probably 70, but he was in shambles. Like, his body, he was moving so slow. It had like all these like calcium deposit like bumps, I think, on his back or something near his spine. I don't know. But he was like a bigger dude. He was moving so slow, which was fine. I'm walking behind him. Well, he was sitting at the table behind us, but I had to turn like a left to get to sit down at my table, and he was sitting down right there. Well, like, I just overshot it. Like, he was sitting down. He was sitting down so slow that even when I thought that I had timed my turn right to like squeeze by him, he had like stopped. So like I bumped into his head, and he just goes, "You bumped into me, you big slug." I was like, "Yeah, dude." I go, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the big slug." Then, dude, that wasn't enough. He was just, when people get angry, it's like they can't just let things like go. Like, when it's been resolved, it's like, I bumped into you. I said I was sorry. Say okay. Sit down. Like, that's it. But when just people are just angry, it's like they got to keep saying it over and over again. And that's how like fights are started. And they probably subconsciously know this because they love to fight. But so, yeah, I bumped in, like, we were both sitting down, like, we were close by each other, like, when sitting, so we could have, like, a conversation if we wanted to. And so then he sits down and he starts going, he's like, "You bumped into me," like, was going to keep going into it. And I just looked at him dead in the eyes and I said, "I know. That's why I said I was sorry." And he was going to he started talking like he was going to go into it some more. He's like, and then he goes, "Okay." Yeah, okay. Threw him off guard. It's like, dude, accept it. I didn't just bash into your freaking large, old carcass on purpose. Call me a slug. Dude, I was moving. I'm freaking agile, bro. I'm like a cheetah, if you say that, you big cheetah. You big cheetah that maybe ate a little bit too many carbs and should go back to lean proteins. Yeah, I mean, I was like, ooh. If you could see the way if this was on video right now, you'd be able to see how agile I was squeezing by this dude. He was the giant slug. Talk about projection. Whatever. Then they brought out some cheesecake. That was some birthday cheesecake. This place had, dude, I don't like cheese. I don't eat cheese. And I've never liked cheesecake. And I have a theory. And you can try to prove me wrong, but no one would eat cheesecake if it wasn't for the crust. I believe that with all of my heart. I think that the crust is what makes the cheesecake. No one's just going to eat that soft cheese without the delicious, crunchy crust. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Yeah, we walked around downtown for a little bit yesterday. We did. We walked around. We went at this great place that's like a ministry. It's called The Table in downtown Omaha. And across the street from it, this toy shop, like all like, they'll buy toys and sell vintage stuff, a lot of vintage stuff. A luminarium or something like that. And I saw these toys there, but I see them everywhere. Like, I think they're at like even Target, Walmart. And I just want to go, like, what is with the evil toys? Like, why are the toys now so evil? They're not even based on like cartoons or nowadays or shows. Like, I know that there's like at Walmart these weird like voodoo toys. And then there's like voodoo toys at the gas station, kind of by a town that I live by. And then, but the most disturbing is they make, it's kind of like those bobblehead toys or whatever, those pop figure toys with the heads that move. Pop. I have no idea. Maybe that's what it is. Drawing a blank on what they are, but they are, they'll make like Lord of the Rings ones. They'll make like Ninja Turtle ones. They'll make all the pop art. Well, they're doing that now with I saw like a Ninja Turtle one and some Star Wars ones of just like these creepy dolls with human teeth. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like, why are you marketing this towards children? No, dude, if you're letting your kid or buying your kid anything possess a like Ninja Turtle little doll with human teeth in it that looks like something like it crawled out of a crack or a portal from hell. Just something that is truly what you would see in your nightmares. And buying them and like collecting them, like that is, you're creating a very frightening child that's going to grow up and be a complete weirdo. And that's just like, these toys need to be burned. There's a bunch of toys out there. They need to be collected. They need to be round up. They need to be incinerated, lit on fire. Giant burnings. And the human teeth toys is one of them. Burn them all. They're too creepy. The people that created them, put them together, all that business, whoever's involved, they need to be shamed, shunned from society until they are truly sorry for what they've created. Because there's just no place for it, man. They're too gross, dude. God, I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate that creepy shit. What is the point? Especially when it's made for kids. Like that's like, it's like a toy that kid from Pet Sematary would have after he killed his family. Would go to the toy store and buy that and then cuddle up with it and go to sleep. Have no trouble sleeping at all. I had, from the show that I'd recorded with a video camera on Friday, I went on my little tangent against Panera Bread, cut it up, put it in a reel, and then I had a buddy reach out to me, and he goes, dude, I haven't ate at Panera Bread since someone said Panera Bread is just hospital food. He's like, that just shifted my paradigm, and I was like, I haven't ate it since, and I'm like, that is so incredibly true, man. It is like hospital food at a cafe. At the cafe in the hospital. And then another person commented on there, Panera Bread is hospital food. So I just wanted to lay it down for the record that is a 100% true statement in my opinion. And from now on, I will just say, if people are like, you want to go to Panera Bread, I'm going to go. Aside from the fact that they completely rip you off, it's also hospital food. So good day, sir. Good day. That's just one of those things that you hear about and you're like, why didn't that come to me sooner? How did I not put two and two together? Saw a great video. Because could you imagine it just being this embarrassed? Like this situation would be so incredibly embarrassing. I don't even know how you would ever recover. So in Massachusetts, there was a lady who was yelling at ICE agents who were arresting illegals. So she's screaming at them, and then she gets out of her car to keep yelling at them, doesn't put it in park. Apparently they're by some lake for some reason. Her car rolls down into the lake and sinks. So now she's just standing there in front of her car, sinking, surrounded by the ICE agents that she was screaming at. Like they're going to help her. Then she has to call and figure it out and just stand there, stranded. She's not able to just yell at him and then leave and disappear and then think that she's superior and awesome and that she did something incredible, like hee, and I got away. No, she's like, shit. Well, here I am. Just imagine just so vulnerable, so open to the people that you were just screaming at, dude. To be so incredibly embarrassed. I mean, I was embarrassed when I was out in California many, many years ago, and a undercurrent, like the tide came in or whatever, where it would sweep you out to sea and no one would ever see you again. And so they made everyone get out of the water. But they were like, it came up quick. So they're like, everybody out of the water, tide's coming in or whatever. But it was too late for me. It's too late for me and my 5'9" arms to swim me to shore. So it just kept, no matter how hard I was swimming, I just kept getting sucked back out until a Baywatch boat, one of the Baywatch boats, had to come and get me. And then they pulled me up in the boat and then took me close enough to shore where I could touch. And then I had to jump out of the boat. And literally, to me, like, it was like the walk of shame, as thousands of people were just on the beach in the prime of summer watching me do the walk of shame to the shore. No one else had to be rescued, because it wasn't, maybe it was embarrassing because I had thought, like, oh, there's a guy who didn't listen to the tide. He just thought he was smarter than it. No, but it literally just carried me away right when everyone was trying to get out. So they didn't have all the information. I wasn't trying to be a bad boy. I was not trying to be a beach bad boy and be like, I am stronger than the tide. You can't tell me what to do. No, man, that wasn't my attitude at all. So it was just like they were all looking at me like, yeah, you got what he deserved. Doesn't listen to the lifeguards or the safety. But yeah, I love that. Where car just goes into a pond. It's so funny to me. So funny to me. Then when I was watching that video, something that was one of the articles next to it was about how Keanu Reeves and the guy, I don't know who is he Ted in Bill? Is Keanu Reeves Ted? I haven't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure forever. I didn't even like it when I was a kid. I had a buddy that loved the movie. You know, when I went over to his house, he always wanted to watch it. Watched it a couple times. I don't even remember. I think I just spaced out and just stared at the tube television. I don't know. It didn't catch my fancy, if you get what I mean. But he's in a play now on Broadway, Keanu with the guy, the other dude, Bill or whatever his name is, the other one. And I'm looking at a picture of Keanu Reeves on the red carpet. I'm like, dude, I've heard people use the phrase dead eyes before, like that person has dead eyes. But I've never really understand what that means until I just saw this picture of Keanu Reeves. Like, his eyes are dead. There is no, like, sparkle in them. There is no glow. There is no, it's just like a tarnished, like, surface. It's just, there's nothing. I don't even know how to explain. You just have to look it up. Like, Keanu Reeves, Broadway play, red carpet photos, like, he just does not look alive. And my thing is like, how do you lose the light and the aliveness in your eyes? Like, how does one's eyes become so dead and so hollow and bleak as Keanu Reeves' eyes? But I don't, like, who knows? That dude's probably a witch too. He's probably into some weird stuff, man. Probably into some weird stuff. We'll talk about that later. I mean, he's got some weird stuff, like that band he was in, Dog Star. That's an interesting name to choose. A lot of occult history between the Dog Star, about the Dog Star. But maybe that's for tomorrow. I'm going to wrap up this show today. There's a new trend, I guess, some brain rot going on, 6'7". All the kids are saying 6'7", even so much so that some schools are trying to ban children from saying 6'7". And other teachers are saying you just have to embrace it. So she'll be like, one teacher said, so I'll go, okay, kids, it's time to read pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the kids say 6, 7, and we all laugh. Dude, bring back comedy movies. Make good comedy films again, release them in theaters, and save these children's comedic sensibilities, because they're literally laughing at the number 6, 7. That's how much they're in need for actual comedy entertainment. 6, 7 is now hilarious. And I got to look more into this because it is so unbelievably weird to me. They do TikToks with the 6, 7. They scream 6, 7, and everyone laughs based on there's a basketball player that's 6. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But the fact that schools are trying to ban it and teachers are saying you got to embrace it is wild. Wildly sad. Very pathetic. All right. This is Austin Anderson Show. And subscribe to streaming. Up to 19 subscribers on YouTube, guys. I mean, we're on a rocket ship to the stars. Yes, we are. So subscribe to the streaming service of your choice, and be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a good day.